This is Prometheus giving you another full game breakdown. Going to be using Mutt. I had a couple subscribers ask what my Mutt team looks like. I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple new recent additions to my team. I decided I actually needed to beef up my offensive line, so I actually went out and bought myself pretty much offensive lineman across the board. Got myself in the high 80s. The only position that didn't fill the gap was basically left guard, and I just really just came up short with money. Another position I actually spurged on is this Mike Connolly card right here. He's a big wide receiver, and if you take a look, he's got 92 speed. He's got really good catch, catching traffic, spectacular catch, and his route running is actually not that bad either. So I want to go ahead and try to utilize some more speed and some more height to go ahead and do that. Some cards actually fell to me via EA. Matt Ryan card fell to me. And I've got Stafford, but I'm going to probably just go ahead and use that Matt Ryan card for the time being. On defense, basically, Vic Beasley fell to me, and I decided to go ahead and put a Houston on the line too, just to give myself a little bit more edge pressure. And this is essentially going to be my defense right here. Another card I actually picked up too is I picked up Darby, and the reason why I picked up Darby is that if I do any kind of a dime blitz, I've got some speed off the edge with 91 with my defensive back. So I've got very fast defensive backs, you know, for most part. I've got guys that are 90s and 91s across the board, meaning I'm not going to get burned by a lot of defensive backs, and I'm going to probably get very good pressure. So this is going to be my team. I'm getting a lot of elite cards, but they're lower tier elites. Usually when you start getting into the tiers of 90 or above, it's going to cost you about 100,000 or so in cards alone, or in coins alone, to be able to pick up those guys. So one of the reasons I'm just not somebody that actually does a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to sell off some of my team right now and try to build up my funds. But for me, building playing games is going to get me more funds in my pocket. So I need one more win to go ahead and get into the playoffs. So right now 6-2. Dropped a tough one, and then I ran into that steamroll of a team, RGIL1811, but pretty much everybody else was able to go ahead and get victory. So let's go ahead and jump into another game and see if we can keep it rolling and get ourselves into the playoffs. All right, so I'm going to go against RGIL1811. He's got Murray, Rice, and Rogers, so 1811. So RGIL1811. He's got New England. I've got obviously Tennessee, and he doesn't look like he's got much better cards than me, so this should be a fairly even playing field. All right, so we got the ball up to 24-yard line, and he's coming out of a set right here. We're going to go into the under is our base set, and just start off with the slant and go into Tampa 2. And he had a nice little run right there. That's not a bad run at all. He just messed up my pressure, but I saw the seam right there, and I just jumped right in the seam and just picked him off. So that was actually the area I had to defend because I had one less defender over there. So good way to go ahead and start the play. I'm going to go into ace wing and just hit him with the zone weak. And unable to go ahead and find the hole right there. He just had a defender just come right off the edge. Going to shovel option. Going to come out of play action read. This is a play I just haven't really jumped into too much. And there's the out. There you go. And almost took it to the house right there. Made a play against his defensive back, but just almost took it to the house with Connolly. Do the halfback motion toss. And his defense is balanced. Okay, so no, you got a lucky break, man. That was actually a lucky break for him, but I could tell there's a big difference with my offensive linemen that are actually blocking a lot better than I'm normally used to seeing. He did a little quick little out. If he comes back into 3 wide set, we're going to go into nickel here. That was a good run, but I actually was able to go in and fill the gap. Ah, wow, he just threw right in coverage too. Had a defensive back that actually floated back like that. All right, so he's not going to get this playoff. And he gets a delay of game. I'm going to accept it. All right, so he actually had a bad punt right there. That wasn't a very good sign for him. So let's go back to single back, a swing. Try to hit him with the halfback motion toss again and be able to get a run off the edge. And I want to run to the right, but I can't. I've got to run to, or I'm sorry, I want to run to the left, but I've got to run to the right. And the blocking's a lot better with upgraded linemen, but he stayed back into cover 2. So let's go ahead, jump into using Tampa 2. Let's go into 4 verticals here. Looks like he's in cover 6. Nope. And he went with a corner blitz right there. So you can see the corner that was on the inside of the wide receiver, so that's why I did the quick out. They'll be able to pick up some good yards right there. Let's do a halfback dive right up the middle. All right, so able to pick up some pretty good yards right there. Let's hit him with a fullback dive out of the I-form tight pair. He's got 8 in the box. And he's just leaving that out route to me. Oh, that should have been caught, Connolly. That was right on the money. I just threw an interception. It was just a bad pass by Matt Ryan. Got away from me. I tried to pass lead over. Man, I'm letting this guy stay in this game, and he's not outplaying me at all. I'm just not playing good right now. Just not doing it. It's been a common theme. There you go. So it's about time I got a huge break right there. He went into play action and the pressure going off the edge. So you just can't, play action is just, I don't know why people use play action. I rarely use play action unless it's going to be to a running back out in the flat. But right there, just an easy, big turnover with that 34 under free safety slant 3 blitz. So I'm glad I'm going ahead and incorporating this into my scheme so that it looks like I got a touchdown off of it. All right, so I got my opponent down on the 16-yard line. He's going to go into a different blitz. So we're going to go into the nickel, and we're going to hit him with the cover 2. Here you go. Almost in another interception right there. So that pressure just came screaming off the edge, and he didn't have anybody blocking for him. Just a quick little hit right there. And he just threw right into the seam, right to my defender. I just knew where I had to go ahead and lurk. So got another stop against this guy, and it's starting to become becoming very obvious that I'm at a definitely a higher level at this guy than RGIL1811. So a pretty good push right there. Only picked up 3 yards, but I'll take it. We're going to see if we can hit him with the shovel option and see if we can catch him off guard. And he wasn't prepared for that at all. The guy has never seen a shovel option before. He went into Micro Blitz out of the 3-3-5 and starting to pile up the points against him right now. So I got him down on the 15-yard line. This guy keeps taking the ball out. Why he's doing that is beyond me. And we're going to hit him with the Mike Scrape. Good read. That was a good read. I pulled my guy away, and he's able to go and pull up. I got enamored with these blitzes, so I should have stayed in the nickel blitz because he's having a hard time with it, and that was just a bad decision right there. So now I'm going to go ahead and let this guy stay in this game. I was about ready to go ahead and just completely blow this guy out, and I'll let him back in because I got greedy with my blitzes. And he tried to do a play fake, and that's not going to work against me because I don't. If you're going to kick the points, take the points. I'm not blocking it. I'm not going to. I'd rather just go ahead and prevent a fluky play than actually block it. All right, so I had a bad return. I moved Sanders out of the way, and basically I think I took the ball out accidentally, so that was not a good decision right there. But 2 minutes and 47 seconds left is plenty of time for me to move the ball down the field. Let's hit him with a bunch weak, and we're going to hit him with our base play, which is going to be the Z spot. And that's just when you do float up coverage like that. I think he's in a cover 2 Tampa. I didn't see the corner coverage, but it might have been cover 2. No, he's in sky. Let's go into tight flex here, and we're going to come out. Let's do bench switch. And I think he came out in mid blitz, and this is the perfect call against it because he didn't have a defender out there, and actually my wide receiver actually just picked up the blocking down the field. I was able to go and go house against him, so must have been a mid blitz. No, he was in a strong safety mid blitz O, but it's pretty much the same type of blitz. It's the same thing. All right, so I got my opponent pinned down in the 19. He keeps taking the ball out even though I'm kicking it deep. I'm going to stay with the nickel. That seems to be the problem that he's been suffering with. But this time I'm going to hit him with the buck slant. There you go. So he tried running the ball and it didn't work for him. and he threw right back into coverage again. He just went right for the seam, and that was who had to defend. And I got another turnover. So this guy is just playing right into my reads as far as defense, and then he's going to go and quit out. So it was only a matter of time before I was going to go ahead and get a rage quit from RGIL1811, just because it's just a better player than the guy. And he might have not had as good as a team as I did either, but he definitely didn't have any kind of a scheme. He couldn't handle my pressure. He wasn't blocking my pressure, and he didn't run the ball. So able to go and get an easy victory, and this is nice. I generally don't get a lot of rage quits like this where I'm just destroying a guy and they just quit out on me. So I will take it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the books and move on to our next game. All right, so I've been able to get my 7th win in this series, and we're going to be moving on to the playoffs. So to my subscribers, I really appreciate the support. Hope you guys picked up from some of these blitzes I was using to go ahead and stop my opponent. He wasn't a very good opponent because I was just dominating this guy defensively. But once again, you can always go ahead and pick up some strategies and tips and utilize this in your schemes to go ahead and get touchdowns and interceptions and breaks. So thanks for your support, and until next time.